Welcome to this edition of Currents. I'm your host, the Reverend Dr. L.Ronald Durham, Community Relations Manager for the City of Daytona Beach, Florida. Well, if you're wondering where we're standing today with this wooded area behind us, we're actually standing on the site where First Step Shelter is going to be built. I can't tell you how excited we are as the City of Daytona Beach and those of us who've been working on this project for a long time. Today I'm here with the Mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida, Mayor Derek L. Henry, and the Chief of Police, Chief Capri. And both of these individuals are going to give you some very interesting information about what's going to be happening here at First Step Shelter. Mayor, welcome to the program. Chief, good to have you on today. So, Mayor, let's talk a little bit about this property and what's going to happen here. Can you tell the viewers a little bit what makes this location here on US 92, off US 92, a great place for this shelter to be built?
Well, it's an ideal place because, one, the location it isolates them from some of the problems that they have been accustomed to down in the core of the city, where they have access to some of the things that have helped to mire them in the condition of homelessness. The second thing is it isolates them in a place that will focus on helping them to be rehabilitated and helping them to find jobs and to get back on the straight and narrow. So I think it's ideal.
And that's kind of the next question I was going to ask you. The facility itself will assist them in finding jobs and other things as far as getting them back on their feet. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We will help them to find jobs, help them to get dressed for jobs, provide interviewing skills, provide resume building skills. Certainly one of the chief components to getting a person out of the condition of homelessness is to help them to find a job. So that will be one of our main focuses here.
And Mayor, many times when people come into a facility like this, they do need some medical attention. Sometimes they come in inebriated or intoxicated. Will there be some medical services at the shelter for them as well?
Absolutely. Halifax Hospital has been very generous. They will have pretty much an entire wing to assist with the medical issues that many of our patients will be experiencing. So.
And several community partners have stepped forward and made contributions to First Step Shelter already. Can you talk a little bit with the viewers about that?
Sure. The CEO Business Alliance stepped forward with the $30,000 donation. The Speedway, ISC, and NASCAR, they all stepped forward with $15,000 donation. And we've had several private citizens come forward in the person of Roseanne Tornatore. She led a group that also made a $30,000 donation. We've had anonymous donations and up to $15,000. The city of Ormond Beach has joined in with $82,000 contribution. So things are really starting to get ramped up.
That's exciting. And how can people, if they wanted to assist with their own contributions to First Step Shelter, how would they be able to do that?
Quite naturally, they can give a call to Dr. Durham. He can help to direct them into the right area that they'll be able to help. Certainly, we're still in the process of finalizing things with Catholic Charities, but it will be very soon that we will be directing all inquiries for assistance to the operating agency.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor, thank you so much. I know you're excited about it. You've been working very hard on this project, and just to see what we're getting ready to do, I think is very exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Chief, all right, the shelter is about to come. Yes, it is. It's a real good thing. From the standpoint of law enforcement, how will this shelter kind of minimize some of the arrests that you're now seeing the department on a day-to-day basis have to deal with?
Well, it's going to help out tremendously because we're not going to arrest our way out of this problem. We need to get these people help that are homeless and get them back on their feet. So instead of officers being tied up with paperwork and making arrests, they can get out there in the community and do what they're supposed to do, protect the community, do checks, and make sure answer calls for service so the customers, our citizens, are getting the quality service they deserve.
Absolutely. And your department's going to be key, I think, to a lot of the things going on out here day to day. So will the department be involved in any kind of outreach to kind of help identify individuals within the city limits who may be appropriate for coming out to this facility?
Absolutely. We're doing that now, actually. We're trying to, see if we can get the homeless people we come across, get them some help. Bus tickets, we successfully got some of them home on bus tickets. And I think if you take the extra few minutes to talk to these homeless people, you can probably get them where they need to be. And I guess we're the first persons they see in the city is the police usually. So we want to try to help them out, and that's our goal, is to help them out the best we can and get them the services they need.
And let's talk about transportation for a little bit, because we've had inquiries about how transportation will be handled. I know, Mayor, that there will be 2 vans that will be purchased by the shelter itself for transporting, but will the police also assist in transporting individuals out to the shelter location?
Yes, if called upon and we come in contact that somebody needs a ride, we will definitely transport out here.
Great.
No problem.
And so the cost of arresting and prosecuting a person, that can be quite expensive. Well, we see some people we see people who are arrested dozens and dozens of times because of petty offenses that happen within the city limits. How do you think that's going to impact, what we're seeing now in the cost of bringing them here versus arresting them and maybe taking them out to the jail?
Well, it should drive those costs down, because a lot of times, like I said, these homeless people, somebody that's homeless it's not that they want to be homeless. Sometimes, and we're not going to arrest our way out of this problem. So if you can get them to the social services and get them to a shelter that's going to also provide, job placement and other things, living placement, is first step. The first step to get them back to become a productive member of society, get them somewhere to live. So that is huge. That's going to, I'm telling you, the money that's going to be saved, I can't even put a dollar figure on it, but it's going to definitely be a huge impact. Money can be spent elsewhere on crime-fighting measures.
Well, Chief and Mayor, let me congratulate you, because this to me is a crowning moment in the history of our city. There's a lot of cities who are trying to do what we're about to do, and so I think it's a feather in the cap of our leaders here in Daytona for making this actually happen. So thank you very much. Any last comments, Mayor, that you'd like to make?
Just continue to get involved. Let's continue to encourage our corporate and private citizens. Donations are much needed, and certainly your time and efforts will be appreciated as well.
All right, folks, there you have it. We're standing at the location where First Step Shelter will be built. The mayor and our chief of police are excited, as I am, about what's going to be happening out here on a day-to-day basis. So keep your eyes open. We'll be doing other reports and bringing you up to date. As soon as we start breaking ground and the progress of the actual facility going up into construction, we'll be bringing you those updates as well. It's good to have you watching Currents. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. L.Ronald Durham. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.